All right, well, this year is turning into some new challenges and new puzzles. We're seeing things we don't normally see, and that's okay. We're going to give it a try. Let's take a look at what we got here. We've got us a T-Con board. I don't know nothing about T-Con boards. Client who sent this over does TV repair, and he's never sent me anything over for any kind of board repair. It's my understanding these things are always cheaper to just replace. I remember doing a lot of electrolytics back in the bulging cap days for the power supplies. Got a bunch of free TVs that way. But this is something new. I don't know nothing about it. All he told me was replace two parts. Replace a fuse, replace a shorter capacitor. So, okay, simple enough. I did happen to have one. This is a 7 amp. What I have is an 8. He said, go for it. I mean, it's all good for him. The whole job is to just replace these two parts. But let's take a little bit and see what we can figure out with this thing. Let's learn some new things. So I guess the first thing I would do, just like anybody, we're going to check our fuses. So we're going to go in, we're going to check this fuse. That one's good. Check this fuse. It is not. So let's go to ground. Let's see where our ground and load is and see. Okay. Nothing there. Do we have a short on ground? We do. Why is that taking so long? I'm just not getting a good probe. Yes, we got to short the ground there. I guess what we need to do is try and figure out what would be shorted normally, because we're going to see short the ground all over the place here. Not here. Okay. So as he said, there's a shorter capacitor. He actually said we're going to be able to see it quite prominently. Can't say I'm really seeing got the power supply set to 800 millivolts and 500 milliamps. And I'm going to go to the fuse. If I can get it on there. Come on, fingers. So if I'm right on the fuse with my hot, I've got a big ground plane here I can touch. Now let's turn the power supply on. And we're limiting current, so it's pulling the 500 milliamps. So there it's off. There it's on. So we've got a shorted cap we saw right there. Let's go to the scope. Now he told me, he says you can see this thing. You're not even going to have to search for it. Let's see if he can see what he's talking about. And you can see right there. That cap is broke. And that's what we were getting on the thermal. So now the challenge is going to be, is what is that value? I have no schematics, I have no board diagrams, I have no clue what that thing's going to be. But let's get it out of there. on the side. Not going to be able to tell what it is. Now, one of the things I noticed with this is it's got two of these fuses here. And it's got some diodes. It's got 3 diodes. It's got that shorted cap. Looks like we got a little MOSFET there. Got some coils. And I was curious as to where this other fuse is going and what it's doing. So I've got this other diode. And if we go all the way on the other side of the board, let's go back here for a second. Let me show you what I saw. So I've got these 3 diodes. And then if we go on this side of the board, I've got these 3 diodes, little MOSFET, and I've got this cap here. And I'm wondering if that's not the same. We can see it's coming off of that MOSFET. Let's go back to the other one. And that's where that shorted cap was. So what I want to do is I'm going to pull this and see if we can't get a measurement on that cap. Let's not lose it now. Wanted to kind of adhere it there. There we go. So let's set our meter to capacitor. And let's see what this thing is. And it's going to go to the 9th dimension. And it says it's 10.5 microfarad. We might have one of those. So the first thing I want to do is get this guy back in place. Let's actually back to the that's better. Now we'll do a little touch up. A little side here. That's a bit much. Okay, let's get this fuse changed out. Oh, he's big. No problem. A little light, somebody help with this? Go. I'm going to do this. Start using here. Like that. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Is this thing going to work, or do these things have more problems usually that pop up with them? I mean, if he wants to give me more stuff like this, I'll do this all day long. So we can't test this. We're going to have to give it to him, and hopefully he'll let us know if the thing worked or not. In the meantime, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if I get some footage, I'll post it at the end of this, and we'll see you next time. So he just sent me over a video, some phone footage, and as you can see, the TV's working, and the repair was good. Thanks.